and welcome to Season 2 of Says Who. Today, I'm with actor, director, and producer James Elden, who is co-founder of Play Noir and founder of the Los Angeles Collegiate Playwrights Festival, which is gearing up for its second season coming up this August.
It is, yay.
Yay! Well, hi James, welcome and thanks for coming in.
Oh my God, thanks for having me.
Of course.
It's so exciting, I can't stop smiling, it's gonna hurt by the end.
So, as I always do, let's start with an easy one. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I like long walks in the park.
You look like you do.
Yeah, I should go to the park more often. I should get out more often. Let's see, I was born in Long Beach. Did a few years time in Wyoming as a kid, and then spent 23 years time in Sacramento, and then moved to LA to pursue acting. Parents got divorced at a young age when I was young, and my sibling dynamic is just bizarre because both my parents have been married numerous times, so all my brothers and sisters are half.
It's like a mix and match family,
yeah.
a little.
Yeah, it's like my mother was married to a guy named Teri and had my brother Tom. Then my mom got married to this guy Patrick and had my sister Susan. Before my mom and dad got married, my dad had Scott and Kim, and then my dad and mom got married, they had me, and then my dad got remarried and had Billy.
So is 7? Did I count that right?
5.
5.
Yeah.
5.
Now, not including myself, of course.
No, 6.
Yeah.
I was close.
And then, but I was raised by my mom and my sister, and my brother from my mom's first marriage would come in and out.
Nice. All right. So there you are. So Sacramento.
Sacramento, yeah.
Coming out of high school.
Yeah, coming out of high school, it was in the 9-year program as far as colleges went. I went to 3 out of the 4 community colleges there. Did a short stint at UC Davis. It was very depressing. You have to be ingrained in the campus there if you're gonna study theater. And so I quit. Went back to AR and then went to Sac State and got my degree in theater.
So you got a degree in theater.
I did.
When did you decide that acting was something you wanted to pursue? Was that like lifelong, or did it come to you?
The realization came in high school when I actually realized it. I kind of always wanted to do it. I remember growing up and seeing plays. Like I remember we went on a field trip and seeing Oliver Twist and seeing the kids, run around before, right after Oliver asked for more. More! And so they chase him around and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, it looks like so much fun. And then, of course, you get thrown into plays like Barnum or, some silly melodrama that they're doing with the 2nd and 3rd graders or the Nutcracker. And I'm like, this is dumb. I so don't want to do this. Not realizing, I kind of did want to do it. And then my sophomore year in high school, we had a radio station at El Camino. And I was a DJ. I just finished up the class, and then once you do the radio class, you can go in and start DJing. And on my way in, the local radio station said that it was National Orgasm Week. And I thought my listeners needed to know this important bit of information.
Yeah, of course you did.
So walked in, and we're doing the thing. We're live. Like, hey, for those of you guys that don't know, it's National Orgasm Week. And at that moment, in the classroom of future DJs, the instructor's like, let's see what the DJs are up to. Click the live switch. National Orgasm Week.
And clicked it right off.
Clicked it right off. And he's like, I'll be right back. And all I could hear was like, oh my God, Sergeant's coming. And so he comes back there and he's like, get out now before I hit you. I was like, all right.
So that went well.
I got cheers from the class, and then I had to go to the vice principal's office, and I think he thought it was funny, and he's like, do you know what an orgasm is? I'm like, oh, if you don't know, you're asking me. But he's like, look, Mr. Sergeant doesn't want you back. You're gonna have to find a new class.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had a crush on a girl, and I'm like, well, what about Mrs. Schaefer's drama class? And he's like, if she'll let you in, you can go. And that was it. That's where I did my first show, first audition ever for that summer stock, which was Anything Goes, and that was it.
And that was it. You were hooked.
Yeah, exactly.
So you take the 9-year route of colleges.
I graduated high school, and then I took a semester off. I went to American River College, took like 6 classes, not knowing what I'm supposed to do. Nobody's saying, okay, yeah, here's the general ed. These are the classes you have to take in order to transfer, do whatever. I'm taking random classes like archery and journalism. Nothing that I know should be, things that should be,
right.
You should be acquiring, exactly. And I have no idea what I'm doing. And then I drop out. And then the following year, I took classes again and got sick and had to drop out again. And then I went to another college and finished 2 semesters. Went through a breakup, so I was depressed. So I had to almost drop out, but I kept
Sucked
with it.
Up,
I kept the drama classes.
Wait, I just love that. So I had a breakup, so I almost had to quit. But I decided to keep the drama classes. Got to keep the drama going.
Yeah, exactly. It was dumb. And then work got the best of me. I was making great money at Cinnabon.
As one does at Cinnabon.
Yeah. And it was one of those things. It was like, okay, so I'm like this manager, and I've got my own store and stuff like that. It didn't go over well. And I went to a Taco Bell instead because I had a falling out. So I'm at a Taco Bell, and behind the counter, assistant managing. This is terrible. And this kid from high school came in. And this is 94, 95. And this kid that graduated a year or 2 after I did came into Taco Bell, and he's like, oh, James, what's going on? It's been so long. I'm like, yeah, He's like, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I just got accepted to NYU. That's awesome. And it was the biggest kick in the nuts.
Oh.
And I'm just like, that's it. I'm like, this guy's pursuing my dream, and I'm behind the counter masturbating at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Not literally, but it's just like, and that was it. And then I went back to AR. I finished my 2 years and did what they call the IGETSI, is where you take the necessary classes. You can automatically transfer. That's when I transferred to Davis and got depressed. And went back to AR and then busted out 2 years at Sac State, and then moved here in the spring of 2000 after Y2K, because LA was not a town I wanted to be in if, God forbid, anything happened with Y2K.
I just imagine you sitting, and we're 4 more hours,
Yeah.
and it's like midnight plus 3 minutes. You're in your car on your way.
Well, almost. We were in San Francisco. I was at a friend's house at his mom's. We were in San Francisco, and it's slowly starting to click. I'm like, France is 8 hours ahead, and they're having New Year's. Nothing's happening. I think we're pretty safe to say that nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was just God forbid.
You're just hedging your bets.
At 28 years old, do you think I would know better? I was a little less naive and a little less gullible that something terrible was going to happen, but no. I bought into it hook, line, and sinker.
You watch other people buy into something like that, and suddenly you're like, maybe they know something I don't know.
Exactly. You trust the news, and that's all they're showing it. In 1999.
Yeah. Well, we used to trust the news.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
Yeah. Well, and another podcast.
In fact, the other Says Who podcast is not the point. The point is that there is another Says Who podcast, and what they are talking about is the political climate now, as opposed to 3 years ago. Says iTunes, apparently. Anywho, that's not my point. My point is this. So you started acting in Sacramento.
I did. I decided to go and get an agent. There was one agency in Sacramento, it was Cast Images. I thought I had these awesome headshots that I still have, and I look at them like, these are not headshots. They're just terrible. And I had like the longest neck. And it's like, but they're like, no, you need to go get some headshots. And they had an LA photographer who used to come up and got them. And then I did a PSA for storm preparation, and which was really interesting because at this point, I think this is like 96, I think. So I'm maybe 24, 25, and I'm a dad.
Sure you
I
are.
have 3 kids. My wife's in her 30s, but I'm doing the math. I think the oldest kid is like supposed to be 16, and I'm like, I guess so. I guess if I got busy with one of my teachers and maybe got,
Well played, sir.
Exactly,
well played.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, so I did that, and then I got a call. They're like, hey, do you want to do, it was extra work, and I didn't know any better, and this was in 97 or 98, and it was Patch Adams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I went and I did a scene with Robin Williams. It was great. I actually had you know, joking around and stuff like that. And it was awesome. It was just really a great opportunity, and we had very inappropriate conversations.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So after that, obviously, Y2K comes and goes, nothing happens. You decide to move to Los Angeles. What was that transition like?
It was a restaurant transfer. I was working at a restaurant called Il Fornaio, and I transferred down to there's 3 locations I could have chosen. Actually 4. I think there was Santa Monica, Manhattan Beach, Beverly Hills, and Pasadena. And somehow I got the brilliant idea that I would work at the one in Santa Monica. And I've lived in the same house for 19 years. Since I moved here, I've not moved. I live in the same house in North Hollywood, but I was commuting from North Hollywood to Santa Monica. And it was just terrible. And a car that had no air conditioning. And
That's
so
rough.
June came, and it was just killing me, and just road rage and stupid stuff. And I got a new job in Burbank that I hated so much. After my week of training, I'm doing solo shifts. I'm sitting in the parking garage. I'm like, I can't do it. And I went home and I called him like, there's an emergency. I might have to move back to Sacramento. And instead of moving back to Sacramento, I went back to Il Fornaio in Santa Monica and said, can I have my job back? Because I would much rather have done that commute 6 days a week than to be in that stupid place in Burbank. So,
wow.
but I was lucky. When I was working at Il Fornaio in Santa Monica, I would go next door and have a scotch at Ivy at the Shore. And there was this really nice lady named Cherie Ankle that I met. And we became friends. And this is like maybe June or July. And I've only been here for maybe 5 months. And she, or even that, 4 or 5 months. She's like, I'll help you get your SAG card.
Wow.
Okay. I'll buy it when I see it. Because one thing I wanted to point out, I'm not trying to make myself like this saint or this, but it was like, I don't want to be the person who's like, what can you do for me?
Right.
If I meet people and something happens, great. But it's not like, I don't want to take advantage of anybody. So I'm like, I'll buy it if it happens. She was the second AD on Seinfeld. And Seinfeld had just ended. So she's like waiting for another show to pick up. And so come October, she got picked up on a show called The Trouble with Normal with John Cryer, David Krumholtz, Larry Joe Campbell, and Constance Zimmer. And she's like, hey, we've got a couple scenes that have an office. Do you want to come work? I'm like, absolutely.
Yes.
So I went and did 2 days as a background artist, got 2 vouchers, and I'm working at a sushi bar here in North Hollywood that just burned down recently.
Awesome.
Yeah, and she calls, and I'm still naive to the situation, because in Sacramento, if you do acting work, you don't get paid for like anywhere from 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just like, so I don't know how Hollywood works. So she calls me again, she's like, do you want to work? And I'm like, I don't know if I can. I'm too worried about giving up the $100 that I could make at the sushi bar.
Right.
Opposed to getting the last voucher that I need to become eligible for the union.
Good choices.
Yeah, and I tell my coworker this, like, dude, what are you doing? You just told her no. You have 1 voucher to go. And so I kind of have to, humble myself. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. She's like, so she calls me back within another week or 2, and they do another office scene. I got my last voucher, and that was it. Sat on those for a while. Did an independent feature that went to some festivals called The Second Degree, about a bunch of losers that work at a car wash, and the highlight of their day is to go home and play 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Nice.
And I met a good friend of ours, Ryan Angel, on that set.
Who has been on the show.
I saw that, yes. Yeah. And then I joined SAG in 2002 after getting cast in a movie, a sci-fi original movie. I don't think it was originally going to go to Sci-Fi Channel, but that's where it went up. And it was interesting because they're like, people are like, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I got my first real gig at, I'm like, who's in it? I'm like, nobody. It's just low budget sci-fi movie. Nobody that you know is going to be in it. And I got to my trailer, and I walked in, and I'm like looking at the call sheet, and it's Teri Hatcher, Lou Gossett Jr. I'm like, oh my God! I get my flip phone out, and I'm texting as best you can with your, and my girlfriend at the time. I'm like, oh my God, it's Teri Hatcher. And a gentleman named Carmen, I can't remember Carmen's last name, he just passed away recently. One of the nicest, welcoming people who just, like, on set, he just kind of makes you feel welcome. But I actually got my first serious lines and everything was across from and opposite Teri Hatcher.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really awesome.
Pre-Desperate Housewives.
Wow.
We never worked together since.
Yet.
Well, she called me adorable. I'll take that.
Yeah, I would take that too.
Yeah.
I've been, yeah.
So, I still get residuals for 3 cents
Nice.
for that movie.
I love those residual checks.
Right?
They just amuse me so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, 3 cents.
Or the ones that say void.
Yeah.
Because there is no money left.
There's
after
no
taxes.
money after taxes or, by the time they send it out to you.
Yeah.
But they wanted you to know that they were paying attention.
I hope so.
So you get the thing. So tell me about Play Noir.
Play Noir is a series of film noir style one-act plays written from playwrights all around the world. We have 7 seasons under our belt. We literally we've gotten plays from all across the continental U.S., Europe, including Spain, Israel, France, Italy, Wales, Ireland. We've also got New Zealand, Australia, Brazil, and last year we had a play that was co-written by someone stationed in Antarctica. The
Wow.
only 2 continents we haven't had is Africa and Asia.
Oh.
So fingers crossed on that. But we get anywhere from 200 to 250 submissions a year. I read them all, and then we pick the top 5 to 7 and stage those.
So how did you come up with this idea?
This was, I was a guest director at Harvard Westlake High School. It's a prominent private high school here in North Hollywood. And a play that I directed was called The Zone Ranger. And it was a tongue-in-cheek film noir style one-act with Ben Platt and Catherine Gallagher. And Ben went on to win the Tony for his role in Dear Evan Hansen. So I had the privilege of directing him when he was in high school. But it was a funny play that didn't get the attention that it deserved. We were on the off night, so a lot of people didn't see it. Excuse me, but it was a lot of fun. And my wife and I at the time, we had been producing theater, and we were, paying for, the rights for professionally written stuff. And we kind of wanted to get back to one acts and just kind of giving opportunities to other playwrights. And like, well, let's do some one acts, but let's do The Zone Ranger. I really want to do this play. I'd like to do this role. And she's like, well, if we're going to do The Zone Ranger, we should do all noir.
Great.
Okay. So we put a call out for submissions. We got maybe 30 and did our first year. And then we had so much fun that we were going to do it again the second year. And the idea at the time was like, The Zone Ranger is going to make an appearance every year. And we did The Zone Ranger the second year. And it was like, I think The Zone Ranger needs to be put to bed.
Right.
I don't know how many audiences are really going to want to come back and see The Zone Ranger over and over. Even though it's a really good, funny play. So we separated, went back and forth on whether or not we were going to do this together. She didn't want to be involved anymore. And I said I want to keep going with it. And so we kept it going, and it just got built up. And then in 2016, I decided to start publishing everything. So every season that we've produced, we've published in book form. There's a lot of great theater out there, a lot of short plays that don't get the attention that they deserve.
That is very true.
And you go to theater festivals, the Irene Ryans, or just any festival for the most part, and it's just like it's a lot of it's Durang and Ives. Nothing against these playwrights by any means. They're established. They've been around. But it's kind of like going to a musical audition and hearing On My Own 6 times.
Yes.
So there's other stuff out there that you should probably do instead, and that's kind of the way I feel about theater right now. It's like there's a lot of good stuff out there that needs to be seen. So noir's different. Because it's such a niche, market.
Specific.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
But I get a lot of plays every year that, I'll get 3-4 pages. This is not noir.
This is
not even close. The one play I got last year, it was a play-by-play commentary between 2 announcers of a World Cup game between England and Ireland.
This is not noir.
It was not noir.
Because it took place at night?
I don't know where. No, I don't know why. It was just, and then there was a Benny Hill segment kind of thing that happened between the ref and a copper, and it was just like. But I make it a point to read everything.
That's impressive.
From beginning to end, no matter how bad it is.
Especially now that you're getting so many things.
It's a commitment.
I will say this for Los Angeles, people say is not a theater town, but I found that there is a lot of theater that happens here.
Oh no, there's a ton of theater that happens here. My biggest thing, and this is the one thing that Sarah and I made a point of, that's the reason why we produced professionally written things, because I think, this is my opinion, because in the 19 years that I've been here, theater has a bad rep, but I think what it is you've got the actor that moves here, and he realizes, I gotta do something, so I'm gonna write something for myself, and I'm gonna act in it, and I'm gonna direct it, and I'm gonna produce it, and I'm gonna do all those things, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Because you're not a writer. And I have friends that are writers, and they're very good, and I mean, God bless them, there's still a bit of me that's like, give it to somebody else. Let somebody else, if you're gonna act in it, let them direct you. And some people can achieve it, some people can't.
Yeah, no,
but that's just my opinion about it, you know.
Very true. I would agree with that. Well, in that, let someone else do something. We are moving. See, that wasn't even a great segue, but I'm going with it anyway. We are moving on to the lightning round.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. James, welcome to the lightning round. Yeah. All right. What is your favorite movie in the past 5 years?
Oh, Jesus. The last 5 years? Inception. I don't even know if that was 5 years ago. It might be over 5 years.
What episodic show should everyone be watching right now?
Even though it's over, Game of Thrones.
What is a book you are planning to read?
The Gulag Archipelago.
And what's a book that you read that positively shaped you?
12 Rules for Life, an Antidote to Chaos.
Food delivery, Chinese, pizza, Indian, Thai.
Chinese.
Breakfast, no breakfast.
Protein shake with banana and peanut butter.
Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Dark.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about life right now?
8.5.
When was the last time you cried?
2 nights ago, actually.
What is the least favorite thing about yourself?
My insecurity.
What is your most favorite thing about yourself?
Honesty, I think. Yeah, or loyalty. Or both.
What is the best gift you've ever received?
Love.
What is the worst gift you've ever received?
A pair of Batman and Robin socks that didn't even fit.
What is your favorite country to visit?
Ireland.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
Do you have a hobby?
I'm trying to teach myself how to play guitar, and I'm doing a lousy job at it.
What is your best way to de-stress?
Yoga and meditation.
Best road trip?
Oh boy. Driving back to Sacramento every once in a while.
What makes you laugh no matter what?
Family Guy?
Describe yourself in a hashtag.
Hashtag what?
What is your secret talent?
God. I don't think I can say it on air.
All right. What's a talent you wish you had?
Guitar.
What is the best compliment you've ever received?
That's a tough one. You have pretty eyes.
If you made a documentary, what would it be about?
A document. Pass. That's hard. There's so many things that probably should be covered. Be truthful and let people decide on their own. It wouldn't be biased.
What does creativity mean to you?
Freedom.
What-
Expression.
What's your favorite band?
Right now, I would have to say it's Damien Rice.
What is the last photograph you took?
Do I get a cheat sheet? Can I look at my phone? I had a bunch of film that was developed from my trip to Alaska from 4 years ago.
What is one piece of acting advice that you would like to be able to go back in time and give yourself?
Take improv right away.
What is the best piece of acting advice you've ever been given?
Slow down.
What
Even
is,
though I don't.
what is the worst piece of acting advice ever been given?
Don't do that.
What would the title of your autobiography be?
He came, he saw, he tried.
Okay, so they're making he came, he saw, he tried into either a television show or a film or a play. Which one would it be?
It's a film.
And who would play you?
Bradley Cooper.
Who is your actor crush?
Is that like celebrity crush? Yeah. I'm gonna say Adrian Misher, my online yoga instructor.
And what actor would you like to grab a beer with?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
What is the last industry event you attended?
A screening of a friend's film at Dances with Films.
If someone wrote the perfect part for you, what would that be?
Something that I could tap into to get back to who I used to be.
Well, we are about to tap into moving on. Yes, we did
Yes,
that.
we did.
Yeah. So, James,
Yes.
we have come to the end-ish. These are the questions that James Lipton asks at the end of Inside the Actors Studio.
I've so wanted to do this for so long.
I know, this is one of the reasons that I do this. I love it because most actors have wanted to answer these questions.
Yeah, so I can.
You ready?
I think so.
James, what is your favorite word?
Spectacular.
What is your least favorite word?
Ugly.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Music.
What turns you off?
Dishonesty.
What is your favorite curse word?
Cock knocker.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Screaming kids.
What sound or noise do you love?
Laughter.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Musician.
What profession would you not like to do?
Crime scene photographer.
And finally, James, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I forgive you.
Well, I don't forgive you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your coming on. That was it.
Yay!
Yay! I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.